I need you to know this today, that whatever it is you're dealing with right now, you can get through this. Whatever it is you're dealing with right now, it will pass. Life is not meant to be lived in the past. A lot of us, we have a tendency to look back at the past and dwell there. We hold on to those memories, both good and bad. In today's video, I want to talk about letting go of your past. Specifically, I want to talk about 3 things that I believe can help you let go of your past. So if you're ready, let's dive into it. 1. Accept what happened. It sounds simple, but so many of us resist this step. The first thing you must do when you are trying to let go of your past is accept what happened. That means accepting all of the mistakes, accepting all of the hurt, accepting all of the pain, accepting all of the regrets, accepting all of the disappointments, accepting all of the failures. Accepting doesn't mean you condone what happened or that you approve of what happened. It simply means acknowledging the reality of the situation. I cannot stress this enough. Acceptance is key. Look, you could keep up with the same toxic behavior for the rest of your life and always be miserable. Or you could make a change and stop participating in the destructive behavior. You don't have to feel good about what happened. You just have to accept it. Once you accept it, then you can start to heal. But as long as you resist what happened, as long as you resist reality, you will continue to suffer. The first step to letting go is acceptance. 2. Don't blame yourself. This is one of the biggest problems that I see when people are trying to let go of their past. They accept what happened, but they also beat themselves up about what happened. Listen, sometimes the things that happen to us are no fault of our own. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. I know you've probably heard this before, but I want you to take this in. Bad things happen to good people. Some bad things that happen to us are no fault of our own. There was a time in my life where I went through a really difficult period where I felt like everything was going wrong. And it was until I looked back months later that I realized that some of the things that had happened to me were actually no fault of my own. These were things that were out of my control. Now, during that time, I felt like I was at fault for everything that was happening. I felt like I was at fault for the bad relationship I was in. I felt like I was at fault for losing my job. I felt like I was at fault for being unhappy with myself. And while yes, I played a part in all of these things, I also realized months later that there were external factors that were also at play. And so I had to learn how to release the guilt and the shame I felt because of these events. Because at the end of the day, I realized that some things were out of my control. Now, I'm not saying that you should just brush everything off and say, oh, it's no big deal, it's not my fault. What I am saying is that you shouldn't beat yourself up. You shouldn't constantly criticize yourself, especially when some things are out of your control. In these times, you have to learn to forgive yourself. You have to learn to extend grace and compassion towards yourself. We're all human. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to have regrets. We're all going to experience things that cause us pain. And so we have to learn how to treat ourselves with kindness and compassion in those moments. One of the most harmful things we can do to ourselves is continuously blaming ourselves. So forgive yourself. Let go of the guilt. Let go of the shame. If some things are out of your control, you have to learn to accept that and let go of the blame. 3. Stop talking about it. I know this might seem like a weird one, but stick with me here. When it comes to letting go of your past, it's important to stop talking about it. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't reach out and talk to someone about what you've been through, especially if it's something serious. I am saying that you should limit who you talk to. I'm also saying that you shouldn't talk about it constantly. Remember what I said earlier? A lot of us like to dwell in the past. We'd like to live there. A big part of why we can live there is because we talk about it so much, we rehash old stories. We tell the same stories over and over again. We remind ourselves of what happened by constantly talking about it. I'm not saying you should bottle things up and never talk about them. Of course not. I am saying that you should limit who you talk to about your past, and you should limit how often you talk about it. It's okay to talk about it once and then let it go. It's okay to talk about it a couple times and then let it go. The point is that when you talk about it, you bring those emotions back up. And I'm not saying that emotions are bad, but a lot of us tend to get stuck in those emotions and we forget to move forward. So when you talk about your past, it's important to pick who you talk to wisely, and it's important to recognize how often you re-talking about it. Are you constantly bringing up the past? Are you constantly living there? Are you forgetting to live in the present moment? Letting go of your past also means learning to stop talking about it. If you've made it this far into the video, you're clearly someone who is thoughtful and intentional. And because I value your thoughtfulness and intentionality, I have something special to share with you. Okay, now back to the video. I know letting go of your past isn't easy. I know dwelling in the past feels comfortable. I know reliving those memories, both good and bad, feels familiar. But I want you to know that you can do this. You can let go of your past. It's possible. And when you do, you'll feel lighter. You'll feel freer. You'll feel more at peace. I hope it gave you some insight and maybe even some action steps. Remember, you can get through this. Whatever it is you're dealing with right now, it will pass. Life is not meant to be lived in the past. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell for more videos. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.